Hello and welcome back to Quantum Suicide. On the last episode, the same rule was broken. Members of teams were not meant to, of A and B were not meant to talk to each other. This time it was not me and Katashi, but instead Melody and Vladimir, which to be fair is reasonable and expected. But so we went through the first, failure of bidding wars, which results in our death. So may as well find out if it's the same or not. And then I guess it's just brute forcing it until we find out another, ending.
But rules are rules, and you've been chosen.
That we have. Let's see if you're gonna. I think it was suffocation by Yoshiki's room, I believe, with all the oxygen removed.
The fates have conspired. Luck is not on your side.
Only this time.
The odds were not in your favor.
I'm assuming all of these are references, as this one could be Hunger Games. I wonder how many ways Dai had of telling me I'd lost. We all knew that. It didn't seem quite real. I was dazed, standing in the dining hall listening to Dai, but at the same time, I wasn't there. I was outside my body, looking at myself.
Stop dragging it out. It isn't fair.
You want to die sooner rather than later?
Yeah, I mean, quicker death than, suffering. I...
Well, the sooner you're gone, the sooner we get to the new game.
Exactly, so stall it. So later then, I guess.
Let's spin that wheel.
I come back to myself enough that I was looking out of my own eyes as Dai's big wheel of murder appeared, shooing to me before reaching out and pretending to spin it. It spun fast, all a blur. Dai kept pretending like it was real, like she wasn't in control of everything. Then the wheel started to slow. Text legible as one death after another flipped past the indicator. Some of them clear and others ambiguous, drowning, disintegration, the squeeze.
Ooh, it's slowing down now. Anyone want to put a bet down?
Suffocation again. Dai's suggestion was met with angry glares.
Just trying to lighten the mood. And we have a winner!
The wheel stopped, a big red arrow pointing at my fate.
Airlock aeroplane!
Well, guess we're getting launched into space again somehow, surprisingly.
Congratulations! You're going to enjoy a quiet, relaxing time out in open space.
The only part of that sentence I enjoyed is the fact that it's quiet, because obviously there's no sound in space.
No suit, obviously.
That's unfortunate. Would it hurt? I tried to remember as much as I could about vacuums. It wouldn't be like running out of air slowly. I'd go straight from an oxygenated environment to a volatile vacuum. That had to damage my body, right? Maybe I'd die right before I ran out of air.
To the airlock!
Those she could easily have vanished and reappeared at the airlock. Dai preferred to lead us there herself, pretending to be a tour guide. So it is something new then.
And now if you look to your right, you will see the door to the kitchen. On your left, a blank wall. Very thrilling.
That is a really good blank wall.
Keep moving. And we're walking. Well now, ladies and gentlemen, this is very exciting. It looks like we'll be getting a glimpse of the infamous engineering bay.
Okay. I didn't know that's where the airlock was.
Unfortunately, we can't stop the tour here, so just take a peek as we're walking.
Honestly, this room, this background seems to be rarely used. I wonder if we're gonna get it in either this timeline still or in a different branching timeline. We arrived at the airlock.
And here we are at our destination. Who would like to hear a long story about the history of the airlocks?
I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do.
Technically, there is, but it would have cost you your life, I think. It's not your fault. You did your best.
You became a part of the crew so fast, even while Dai was trying to pit us all against each other.
Yeah.
We won't forget that.
Thanks, Katashi. At least you didn't die this time.
Yawn. I thought you didn't want to stall.
He has been with this crew such a short time, but he became a part of us. He was kind, generous, and always willing to pitch in and help. He served with honor, and we will honor him for it.
Did I? Did I do any of that, really? This was it. It was real. Now I was confronted directly with death. I actually felt pretty calm about it. Maybe because there was nothing left to do. No reason to fight, no plea I could make. I was about to die. And everything was out of my control.
All right, let's get on with this. Time's ticking by. I got places to be, people to kill.
Whoa, you should go there and kill them people instead. The airlock door opened with a hiss, and I took a step towards it. Then I turned around. It felt right somehow. After what she'd said about me, I saluted to the captain.
Officer, you have served the Everett well, and we thank you for your service. Salute.
Oh, well, as I stepped backwards into the airlock, I could see the rest of the crew standing still in a salute. I'm sorry I failed everyone. This wasn't real. It wasn't happening. But it was. And from the speakers, I heard the overheard system system countdown. Airlock secured. External door opening in 3, 2, 1. Surprise, the captain is crying. Door opening. Game over. You've died. Alright, let's see. Timeline, right? Chapter 2. Bidding wars, let's go. Right, let's try and get us points each time.
Is everyone...
This gives us the most. Okay.
Really? Tie? The probability of this is...
Please die. No more maths. I get enough at home.
Very well.
Interesting voice lines, I think.
Team A, you are up again.
Okay. Sure, let's go this way. I input the allocation using the eternal. Everyone had place with the palm of their heads to prove it.
Let's get straight to the...
Yes, we lose. That's good, I guess, because it's just different timeline.
Congratulations, Team B. After 3 rounds, you have come out victorious.
Who loses?
And that means Team A, you lose.
I'm assuming
Congrats!
Either Shizuka or Vladimir. If it's Vladimir, that's unfortunate because that means he's doomed to die a lot. If it's Shizuka, I feel sorry for Tashi. I don't think he's ever going to forgive us.
And the lucky winner of the wheel is...
Oh. Okay. I guess.
That's the spirit. And now it's time to... spin that wheel!
I'm sorry, Vladimir. That holographic wheel appeared besides the lights flashing frantically. So immediately, Vladimir cannot escape. She reached out and pretended to spin the big wheel.
So Vladimir, why don't you tell all the folks at home what kind of death are you hoping for?
I hope he gets alcohol poisoning again. At least he could relax on that one.
If I told you, you'd arrange the opposite.
Sir, how dare you? I am but a slave to the will of death, just like you.
He's not wrong, though. I looked at the wheel, spinning slower and slower. When it slowed enough, I could see the words written on each segment, all exactly the same. Russian roulette.
Well, this is a knuckle biter. What do you think it's going to be?
Doesn't Russian roulette imply that he's got a chance to survive?
Russian roulette, or maybe even Russian roulette.
I still think it's going to be alcohol poisoning.
I to rain on your parade, Dai, but there isn't a gun on board.
We got stopped.
And the winner is Russian roulette.
And where exactly am I supposed to get a gun?
I promise you, guns will not be required. This is far more fun.
Oh, okay then. How do you plan to...
To the science labs!
Oh, with like chemicals and stuff. Okay then. We all got them full dye through the corridor towards the science lab.
What's a Russian roulette?
A Russian Rolex is a watch made in Russia. Good job, Melody. You should probably not head to the science lab.
It's a game.
No, it's not. Don't tell her that.
I don't like dice games.
No one likes dice games.
I mean, concept-wise, I like dice games. To actually partake in them, no thanks.
Kimiko, I need you to look out for her. I need to know she'll be safe.
I mean, she was kind of safe with Katashi.
I will make sure she's safe.
Promise.
I promise. I will do everything I can for her.
Like, yeah, but to be fair, Captain,
Ta-da! Here we are.
You've not
Is
really-
everyone accounted for?
you've not really done very well, a good job.
Yes, Dai. You can see we're all here.
I mean, not all of us.
No crime in double checking. Sheesh. If anyone understood bureaucracy, I thought it would be you. Now I'm going to need a volunteer from the audience. You, sir, in the middle. Looking annoyed.
Katashi, or is that Vladimir? She's pointing at Vladimir. Okay.
Seriously? What do I have to do?
Drink something, I'm assuming, because I can see a lot of test tubes.
I know you've got vodka stashed in this lab.
Yep.
Just in case, as you like to put it.
The captain seems slightly shocked and disappointed.
Wait, really?
Can we save the court-martial until after I've been executed, Captain?
That cheeky grin.
I'm sorry, Vladimir.
Fill 6 test tubes with vodka.
Vladimir acted quickly, filling up the 6 tubes and leaving them in a stand on his workbench.
And now, the fun part. Get 5 milligrams out of that bottle there.
Oh, Russian roulette. I get it.
Yep.
What's happening?
She's going to add something to make the drink deadly, and he's got to obviously gamble it. Either that, it's going to be 5 tubes and 1 in it safe.
I think he's going to poison one of the test tubes.
Not 1 of them, 5 of them. Vladimir had added whatever the poison was to one of the test tubes.
And into the centrifuge they go.
Vladimir loaded the 6 tubes into the big centrifuge machine. Once they'd been spun, the poison tube would be completely mixed and would look just like all the others.
Turn it on.
Vladimir turned on the centrifuge machine, and all he had left to do was wait. He got down on his knees and looked in Melody's face.
I have to go away now, Melody.
No.
I'm sorry. I really am.
I mean, this is twice you've done it, Vladimir. At least Sora's only done it once.
Katashi said when the game was finished, I could see you again.
Yeah, but Vladimir broke the rules.
I know, but
Katashi said.
Okay.
I need you to be a good girl. Do what the captain tells you, okay?
I feel sorry for Katashi because now Melody's not going to trust him at all.
I don't want you to go away.
And I don't want to go. But I have to.
I mean, technically, you don't have to. You could break the rules. Melody crossed her arms and huffed. Poor kid had just lost her mother and now her father too.
Melody, why don't you come and hold my hand?
Well, that's...
I want Daddy.
Melody clung onto Vladimir, gripping him tight.
That's 1 minute. The centrifuge is gonna stop any time now. Beep, beep, beep.
I love you, okay? Remember your mommy and me both loved you very much.
Why is it in past tense?
No.
Between them, Katashi and the captain managed to pry Melody off her father. Vladimir went to the centrifuge machine and lit up and beeped. He opened the centrifuge and looked inside.
Which one will it be?
What happens if it's not the poisoned
You
one?
drink again.
You get to play again. And again,
Until you
and
drink all
again.
6.
Let's see how many spins it takes for you to get it right.
I mean, technically, there was no wrong answer, right? Vladimir looked at the centrifuge machine again, and then up at Melody. She was wailing and trying to wiggle from Katashi's grip. Then, when I remembered there are numbers on the side of the centrifuge machine on each slot, Vladimir knew which one was poisoned. He looked back at the centrifuge again and took one out.
Okay.
Vladimir?
Promise me again. Please.
You know which one's poisoned and you're taking it intentionally.
Promise me, Kimiko.
That sounds like it's not a yell.
I promise.
Vladimir lifted the test tube and was lifting through his head back and swallowed it all at once. Vladimir stumbled back onto his workbench.
Pain.
He slumped down and sliding down in front of the counter as he lost control of his legs.
Help me.
I followed the captain forward as we both knew that knelt at Vladimir's side, we arranged ourselves as the barriers so that Melody couldn't watch. I grip my hand if it hurts.
I was supposed to protect her. Sora, she left me to protect her.
I apologize about that, because Sora's death is my fault, as I tried to, get myself killed. It's not your fault. You did a great job. We'll protect... To be fair, Vladimir, you did not do a good job. You did no job at all. We let Yoshiki die in your place this time, and then you basically took, 2 days off from talking to her. He crushed my hand so hard, I thought I might have to get it amputated. And suddenly, he wasn't gripping me at all. I think he's gone.
Papa!
Kitashi had lost the grip of Melody, and she ran over us before anyone could stop her.
Papa, wake up!
Kitachi!
Kitashi came forward and tried to grab hold of Melody again, but she was already down on the ground between me and the captain, shaking her father.
Wake up! Papa! I won't ever refuse to take a bath again!
How do we break this news to her?
Ooh, I gotta say, the execution was kind of dull, but the after party is great.
You love to speak up, don't you?
Papa!
Then again, I think that's the mastermind's, the host of any death games kind of role, is to kind of just make comments after the death. Oh, I was not expecting it to look like that. It was crowded enough around Vladimir's body, but Nicholas stepped forward and crouched down next to Melody.
I'm afraid your father has gone to sleep for a long time.
No one wants to look like that when they sleep.
Why?
Sometimes adults have to do things we don't want to. He's gone to be with your mother. Do you remember what he said to you?
I don't know what to say. To kind of...
No!
He said that he loves you very much. Do you remember that?
Yes?
Okay.
Don't forget that. Okay?
And Nicholas said he's terrible with kids.
Okay.
What did he say?
Mommy and Papa love me.
It's true.
That's right. We need to move your father so he can be somewhere safe and comfortable. That means you have to say goodbye now.
Why won't he wake up?
He had a very bad drink.
Because he can't, no matter how much he wants to. But he's been very brave, and you should tell him that.
Papa? Nicholas says I have to say goodbye, and that you're very brave.
Good job, Melody.
Good night, Papa. I love you.
She stretches an arm across so that she could hug her father one more time.
You're brave too. Melody, your father would be proud.
That is unfortunately true. Unfortunately for the sake of, a child experiencing this sort of situation.
Nicholas, you take her. Beatrix can help me here.
Immediately just shoving off the child that you promised to look after.
All right. Melody, why don't we go and talk in the Eco Lounge?
Melody stood up and grabbed onto Nicholas's hand and with both of hers.
Okay.
Everyone else is dismissed. If that's okay with Dai.
But Dai had already disappeared when she got bored. Beatrix and the captain took charge of the body. The rest of us went our separate ways, most of us to our quarters to hide away from and wonder who the next game would take. That is true, Yoshiki's already gone this time. Chapter 3. I woke in a sweat. My violent dreams had been filled with the images of spinning centrifuges, numbers circling around, counting down until my time was up. I checked the time, 3 a.m. I decided to make my way to the baths for a quick shower before trying to get back to sleep. Not even a fish could sleep in these clothes right now. I had a quick, half-asleep shower. The water was warm and comforting. 15 minutes later, I was dressed and on my way back to the quarters. Who are we going to run into? Oh, the captain. I turned around to find the captain standing behind me in the hallway. Good morning, Captain. Is this the captain, or is this the Imposter Captain.
What are you doing up at this hour? Are you having trouble sleeping?
Yes. I woke up soaked in some after some pretty bad dreams, so I decided to hit the shower before getting back to bed.
I see. These games are taking their toll on everyone.
Yes, that's kind of how a death game works. I saw I had a flicker of sadness. I knew Yoshiki's death was still a raw subject for her.
I do hope we arrive at a solution soon.
Yeah. I'm working on it every waking moment.
Have you had any progress?
Nope. What would you consider progress? I have a breakthrough. I'll have a breakthrough any day now. I'm not confident. I will have what would you consider progress? It sounds like the most optimistic.
Speaking in riddles now?
No, it's just what would you consider progress? Dai is a great teacher. That's not something you want to say. The left corner of the captain's lip turned up at my joke. Clearly she was not a morning person. No, sorry, I mean...
Out with it.
Well, I haven't worked out how to stop Dai just yet, but honestly, I believe that possibility is on my side. No, sorry, that probability is on my side. Each day that I don't solve the problem, is the probability of solving the Dai issue grows to the next day. It must be at least 100% by now. Kimiko smiled for a moment, struggling to hide her laughter.
That isn't how probability works.
Okay, at least you're not mad at us anymore. Oh, why not? I mean, everything's a 50-50. Either we survive this game or we don't. 50-50, two choices. Even though that there's obviously statistics involved. Kimiko let out a hearty laugh.
I am starting to question your ability as a scientist. I think maybe you spent too much time with Yoshiki. This is eerily similar to how he believed that probability worked.
That's a good thing, maybe? Kimiko smiled, previous wariness fading. She needed that laugh more than ever, I knew. Oh well, in that case, technically, no progress, I guess.
I'm sure you will get there. If there's anything I can do to help, please don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you.
Shall I escort you back to your quarters? They are on my way.
Where are you going anyway? I always welcome your company. I smiled at Kimiko, and she did the same.
I hope that you have better luck sleeping this time.
Me too. Well, this is me, I guess. I'll see you in the morning. The proper morning this time.
That you will.
I still want to know where you're going. Good night, Captain.
Good night.
So we don't get to know. Okay. I entered my quarters and slid back into bed. Thankfully, the sweat in my bed had already dried. I made a mental note to change the sheets later. Just as my mind began wondering about where there were not more sheets on the ship, I fell into a deep sleep. I'm having a stroke. Deep sleep.
Wake up, sleepyhead!
Oh no, we've overslept. I was awake to find Dai standing beside me, smiling.
It's a new day and a new deletion game. Sweet science, I love the mornings.
Why? I sat up, still half asleep, processing what was happening.
Get your butt to the dining hall.
Why? Yes, I'm on my way, Dai. I zipped around my quarters and quickly made myself presentable before making my way to the dining hall. I arrived at the dining hall once again to see a sea of faces. Each one looking as if they'd been handed a death sentence and were waiting the executioner, which is technically what has happened. I shuffled my way through the back where I took a seat and prepared myself for Dai's inevitable showboating.
What a beautiful morning. Captain, have you stopped to smell the roses?
Is this not skippable? I feel like it's the same text. The captain rolled her eyes at Dai.
Oh yes, no roses on this ship. My apologies. I guess we could substitute roses with corpses?
Dai, just get on with it, please.
I don't think so, Capitan. I want to chit-chat before getting down to business. How else will we build a rapport?
Yeah, I definitely feel like this has definitely been used before. The captain sat in silence, refusing to engage with Dai any further. Dai turned her attention to the others.
Nikki, you have to share your secrets on how you keep so fit.
Surprised. I think this is the first time. Never mind. I guess this is the first time Nicholas is referred to as Nikki. Nicholas sat up and decided to play along. After all, arguing wouldn't help anyone.
There is no secret, really. I'm just lucky genetically, I guess.
Genetically fortunate, I guess.
It clearly isn't genetic.
Oh?
Yeah, I had a feeling. Did I point out Beatrix? Well, Beatrix looks fine in my opinion. They both look good.
This?
Excuse me?
Oh, Trixie, don't take offense. I know you didn't choose to look like that. If anything, I feel sorry for you.
To be honest, Beatrix looks better than Di, in my opinion.
Tisk.
Beatrix rolled her eyes, and I could see Nicholas trying to hide a smirk. They may be twins, but siblings apparently enjoyed each other's irritation. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Hero, yeah, yes?
What do you think of my genetics? Impressed?
You're a hologram, you're an AI, you literally do not have genetics. You're a program, you don't have genetics in the strictest sense of the word. Yeah, that's what I said, so I have to go with it.
How dare you, sir?
I deb pretty easily. I didn't say that as it's a negative. Being a program has certain benefits.
I'm listening.
Well, technically you can alter your genetics in that sense, right? Does that make sense? Or am I just thinking too much? Programs, especially well-written programs, can theoretically be less flawed than our own genetics.
Aw, you said I'm well written.
I guess. Well, you certainly function effectively.
Di, focus.
Oh, Captain, are you jealous I have his attention?
I mean, that's kind of by force though, so it doesn't count, right? The captain looked embarrassed and avoided eye contact with me when I glanced at her. Is there a subplot I'm overlooking here for a second? Is there something going on that I'm not aware of as the player?
Of course not. Now get on with it.
All right. I'm satisfied with the quality of our chit-chat. And that last conversation may have given me something to think about later, as I wash my hair.
Ken, I'm confused.
Welcome to the new round of the deletion game.
Okay.
Vampire children.
Who's going to end up with the... Well, I guess it's going to be the captain, because the captain's usually... Well, it's because it's usually one person per timeline, right? Skipping it.
Vampire children. One person will be chosen at random by me and be made the vampire.
You're the 6.
I'll tell this person. No one will know for sure who is a vampire and who is a human, other than them. During each cycle, you have the choice to either mate with another person or not. However, you can't mate with every time to only after 3 cycles. If more now, the vampire can choose a Bonnie to their Clyde. This person will knowingly and willingly become a vampire in the first round and will win. But if the vampire... Be careful though. Any question?
No, we got it.
Excellent.
Dyson zapped out of the room and broadcast opened over, and the broadcast opened overhead, where we could all hear Di using her best customer service voice.
We understand that you have a choice in deleting.
I made my way back to my quarters. Okay, cool. I felt a wavy hand touch my foot, and I jolted awake.
Sorry to startle you. I kept saying your name, but you wouldn't wake up.
I was in a coma. Thank you for saving me. But let me guess, you're the vampire? I sat up and I could make out Kimiko sitting at the edge of my bed. Captain?
I'm sorry to wake you up so early. I was just hoping you could join me on the bridge for a moment.
Cool. Sure, let me get dressed.
Wonderful. I will see you shortly.
The captain left, and I quickly got dressed and hurried to the bridge. I arrived and found Kimiko alone. She turned to greet me.
All right, now the reason why you are here.
Either the black hole or the game. Just as the captain was about to start explaining, she just appeared on the bridge, wiping her eyes.
Seriously, Captain, it's like 6 a.m. What's so important?
Black hole.
It is about the black hole.
Thought so.
I thought we already discussed this.
I feel like this is slightly different because Shizuka's here this time.
We did. I am just needing confirmation that we are on course, and that we can avoid the black hole.
But again, isn't the black hole the source of power for the pocket watch? Yes, I remember. Your argument made sense, and what's the problem?
We will be at the closest point to the black hole tomorrow just after 4 a.m., and
And Shizuka tried to stifle her yawn, but was unsuccessful.
Captain, it will be fine. We will be at the closest point to the event horizon just after 4 a.m. tomorrow, and then after that, it is smooth sailing.
Well, smooth enough for this ship. The captain still looks concerned, but Shizuka ignored her.
If that's everything, I'm going back to bed.
Before the captain could respond, Shizuka slinked off to the bridge, leaving behind 2 of us alone.
People are already dying on my watch. I don't want to sentence the entire crew to death at once.
Wouldn't that technically be better, though? Because then we're not fighting each other anymore. Captain, I'm sure you made the correct decision, as long as we could avoid entering the event horizon. The worst that we will need to deal with is time dilation, but even then, the difference shouldn't be observable by us.
Time dilation?
Well, I think we're going to explain this again on the next one. Thank you for stopping by, and hopefully you had fun, and I'll see you on the next one. With that, goodbye.